Hey there, road warriors! I know you're ready to hit the open road, feel the wind in your hair, or maybe that's just the AC. Who knows? We're all about embracing the journey here. But before you put that pedal to the metal, let's have a quick chat, yeah? We're going to go over some essential driving tips, some real gems to ensure your road trip is as smooth as a dolphin in a silk robe, and just as safe. We're talking tips so good, you'll be thanking me from the driver's seat. Buckle up, it's about to get informative up in here. Alright folks, first things first, we gotta talk about the car. Yeah, your trusty steed. Before you even think about packing those snacks, and I know you've got snacks, we need to give your vehicle a good once-over. And I'm not talking about a quick glance and that'll do. We're talking a proper inspection, a bit like when you go to the doctor, but less poking and prodding, hopefully. First off, tire pressure. Crucial. You don't want to be stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire, miles from civilization. Trust me, I've been there, did a whole carpool karaoke with a family of hedgehogs while we waited for the tow truck. Next up, fluids, oil, coolant, windshield washer fluid, the essentials. You can't exactly pull over for a top-up in the middle of the desert, can you? And while you're at it, give those windshield wipers a test run. You need to be prepared for whatever Mother Nature throws your way, be it rain, snow, or a swarm of locusts. Oh, and lights. Headlights, taillights, brake lights, make sure they're all in working order. You don't want to be that person driving around with one headlight like a pirate ship lost at sea. And lastly, but most importantly, brakes. Give them a good test before you head out. You need to be able to stop on a dime, or at least within a reasonable distance, should a squirrel decide to play chicken with your car. Okay, so the car's sorted, you've got your snacks, you're practically itching to hit the road. But hold your horses, amigo, we need to talk about the route. Now I know what you're thinking. James, I've got Google Maps, I'm practically a cartographer. And listen, I love a good Google Maps adventure as much as the next guy, but hear me out. Planning your route isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about the journey, the experience. Take the scenic route, discover those hidden gems you'd never find on the interstate. And while you're at it, plan for some stops along the way. I'm talking quirky roadside attractions. Those places you tell stories about for years to come. The world's largest ball of yarn? A museum dedicated to rubber ducks? Sign me up. But also be realistic. You don't want to cram too much into one day. Remember, this is a road trip, not a race against the clock. And speaking of time, factor in some buffer time for unexpected detours. Because trust me, they will happen. Construction, traffic jams, a herd of sheep crossing the road. You never know what you're gonna get. And while we're on the subject of the unexpected, always have a backup plan. Print out those directions, old school style, or download an offline map. Because let's face it, technology can be fickle, and you don't want to be stranded in the middle of nowhere with a dead phone battery. Alright my friends, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, emergencies. Don't worry, I'm not talking about doomsday prepping here. We're just going to make sure you're prepared for any minor hiccups along the way. First and foremost, you need a first aid kit. And not just any first aid kit, I'm talking the deluxe version, fully loaded with bandages, antiseptic wipes, pain relievers, the works. You never know when you might need to patch up a scraped knee after a particularly adventurous hike or, fend off a rogue squirrel attack. Next up, a flashlight. And not one of those tiny keychain ones that barely illuminate your shoe. We're talking a proper flashlight, the kind that could signal Batman if you needed him. Because let's face it, changing a tire in the dark is no one's idea of a good time. And speaking of essentials, let's talk about water. And I'm not talking about those tiny little water bottles that barely quench your thirst. We're talking about a big old jug of water, the kind that could hydrate a small village. You'll also want some non-perishable snacks in your kit. Granola bars, trail mix, beef jerky, whatever floats your boat, and while you're at it, throw in a few extra essentials. A whistle, a multi-tool, a compass, a map. Hey, you never know when you might need to navigate your way out of a sticky situation the old-fashioned way. Now I know you're eager to get to your destination, but trust me on this one, regular breaks are crucial. And I'm not talking about just a quick pit stop for gas and a bathroom break. I'm talking about proper breaks where you get out of the car, stretch your legs, and give yourself a chance to recharge. Think of it like this. Your body is like a car battery, and driving for hours on end is like running that battery down. Regular breaks are like plugging in your battery for a quick recharge, ensuring you have enough juice to make it to your final destination. Plus, let's be real, who doesn't love a good roadside picnic? Find a scenic spot, pull over, and enjoy the view. And while you're at it, take some photos. Document your journey, capture those memories. But most importantly, listen to your body. If you're feeling tired, pull over and take a nap. There's no shame in prioritizing your safety and well-being. Listen, we live in a digital age, I get it. We're all glued to our phones, scrolling through social media, checking emails, liking that adorable cat video for the 100th time. But when you're behind the wheel, your phone should be the last thing on your mind. Now, I'm not saying you have to go completely off the grid, but I am saying you need to be smart about how you use technology on the road. Invest in a hands-free device for making and receiving calls. And please, for the love of all that is good, resist the urge to text and drive. It's not worth it. And if you absolutely must use your phone for navigation, put it in a mount where you can easily see it without taking your eyes off the road. But honestly, the best way to stay safe and present on your road trip is to simply put your phone away and enjoy the ride. Take in the scenery, chat with your passengers, or just let your mind wander. Remember, the world will still be there when you arrive at your destination. But for now, focus on the journey, on being present in the moment. There you have it. Follow these tips, and you're all set for an amazing road trip. Drive safe and enjoy the journey. Remember, the open road is calling, and adventure awaits. So buckle up, put on your favorite playlist, and get ready to make some memories. And hey, if you happen to see a car full of people singing along to some questionable pop music, give us a wave. It might just be me. Safe travels, everyone.